Unit 5, Lesson 4, the role of the observer. This lesson will look at the role of the observer in problem-based learning, the observer evaluation criteria, the observer in meetings, observer feedback, and facilitator support for the observer. The role of the observer is a very important one. They act as an outsider examining how the group interacts and how each person participates in the meeting. At the end of the meeting, the observer provides feedback to the group and to individuals. The observer develops skills in listening, giving feedback, and using constructive criticism to improve performance. The observer role also impacts the performance of other team members, and role is limited to meetings. The observer must not participate in meetings. The observer should look for the following for each participant in the meeting: their discussion in general, the level of it, its depth and quality. Discussion leader, how prepared are they? Do they involve others? Do they build bridges? Do they lead? The participants, how prepared are they? And the positives and negatives of their contributions. And also then looking at the structure of the tutorial, how prepared everyone is for it. Is there equal participation? Do they listen and refer to others? Do they explain and understand? Do they apply theory? Do they summarise to see the big picture? Do they use prior knowledge, provide feedback, support, and any other comments? The following is the structure of a tutorial memo in interim meetings, and use one of the previous checklists to observe previous behaviour. Make notes of evidence to support individuals demonstrating these or not. In the final 10 minutes, give feedback to the group and to individuals. And after the observer gives their feedback to the group and individuals, the group gives their feedback to the observer. Group feedback explains how well they fulfilled their learning objectives in the context of the agenda, how the process, in other words the problem-based learning meeting, succeeded from a perspective of effective, constructive and professional teamwork. And the individual feedback is done in a polite and constructive manner. It starts with what the individual did well and finishes with what they could improve. It shouldn't be negative, and by taking the stance of what can be improved over what the individual is not good at, reduces negativity. Comments should not be personal but focused on tasks. For an example, see the text. And the observer can also add feedback that they perceive as valuable, and again there are more examples in the text. To help support the observer, outline the checklist to the observer and emphasise the importance of making notes that produce evidence that the items have been demonstrated or not. Highlight the importance of listening and observing, not participating. And you should emphasise that the learner does not need to be perfect and can make mistakes, as it is a new learning process which everyone needs to get comfortable with. Emphasise the importance of providing constructive feedback in a positive manner, focused on tasks rather than being personal. Attend the initial meeting and provide feedback to the observer of items they might have missed. The next lesson is Lesson 5 in Unit 5, and we will examine the role of the group member.